I like the little symbol. You know, it's
orchestrating, brother.
or you get the fucking like tamborazo. Sorry. Anyways, welcome back to Lincoln Bio. I'm Alejandro.
And I'm Jenny. And we have a very special show for them, don't we, brother?
And can we address why we're wearing the same shit as last time?
Oh, yeah. We slept in the studio because we're so sad we're leaving. So we slept over.
Also, we were locked in. I'm kidding. Blink twice.
We were locked in.
It's like, please let us go.
There's a shower in here, so I mean.
Pero no tiene agua caliente.
Oh, this is true. You're right.
Cubetazos. Yeah, exactly.
But anywho, we have a great show for you guys. We're going to be going into why Marshall's employees are getting strapped up.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You got the strap?
Yeah, vas a ver. I don't want to give too much away. You guys are going to have to tune in. And we also found out the best cities to raise kids.
And we actually have musician Lauri telling us her biggest OF supporter. Again, another curveball at ya. And then we have our very own Camila joining us from the Billboard red carpet in Miami.
Let's get into it. I know some of y'all have been hearing, ¿Cuándo vas a tener hijos? Quiero ser abuela.
I heard that one.
Te ganó tu primo. Te
That
ganó
one too.
tu hermanito. Te ganó tu hermanita.
Well, if you voted to that request, according to a study from the New York Times, these are the best places to raise children. First up, we have Fremont, California. Where the fuck is Fremont?
Well, I mean, Fremont, I thought it was in like that street in Las Vegas.
Fremont
Street.
Fremont Street? Hey,
But
with
not the
Elvis
same
and
because
everything
of
and the
that.
showgirls? No, I don't think that's it.
Yeah,
California.
That probably is not the best place to
So-
raise children. I mean, the bedding and...
No, yeah, this is Fremont, California, sister. We're good.
Okay.
So Fremont, California has education and childcare and good schools. Okay. And Overland Park, Kansas. It's affordable, socioeconomics are good, but you're in Kansas. So keep that in mind.
Oh, Irvine, California.
Hey.
I like that place. They got good malls, health and safety. So it's known for health and safety, education, and childcare. Not bad.
All right.
I like Irvine. I love the OC.
So a lot of California, SoCal spots, or I guess NorCal too.
Meanwhile, these cities received the worst score when it comes to raising a family.
All right, so Augusta, Georgia made the list for one of the worst for health and safety, and yeah, it's kind of important.
And Jackson, Mississippi, health and safety. Yep, again, that's kind of scary. I think they racist out there too. The South, dude, the South, I don't think it's safe.
I guess that kind of goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Unsafe, racist, I don't know. And then Nolans, apparently, health and safety, yeah, but they also have Mardi Gras, so it is kind of like,
I love
do you
Mardi
want to turn up, but it's also, you know,
Yeah,
be
maybe
safe.
not for families, you know?
Oh, maybe when they're older. You
Yeah,
know?
that's
Okay.
true.
Yeah, this is the best city to raise your kids.
Well, one thing was clear in the results, the effects of income inequality. Cities at the top of the list had high median incomes and mostly white or Asian populations.
While those at the bottom had low median incomes and mostly Black or Hispanic populations. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Where are you raising your kids? Do you feel good about it? Let us know in the comments. 1,800 police officers were charged with child sexual abuse from 2005 to 2022. They targeted, groomed, and violated children in every state in the U.S.
Even worse, nearly 40% of convicted officers avoided prison sentences, and some officers were accused of child sexual abuse on police reports, but were charged with non-sexual crimes instead, like misconduct. One officer sexually abused a girl in his patrol car, and another during questioning at a police station. Cops regularly met the children through work, such as during investigations or arrests, or while doing acts of community service. Reports found that police spent months grooming the children and threatened them with arrest to silence them. This is why some cops get into the business. It's sad because they get away with it.
No, yeah. And again, police departments have enabled this to happen by ignoring red flags, while the courts have allowed the accused cops to avoid prison. And there's no national tracker for officers accused of child abuse, so sometimes they just stay in the system.
Yeah.
Some fucked up shit. Like, again, we're supposed to go to these guys for
help,
to feel secure, but
Yeah.
they're abusing their power, and then they're...
But sadly, that's why some cops, not all cops, but some cops go into the business because they're like, oh, well, I'm going to get like a little slap on the wrist, or not even, and I can freely commit things like this.
All right, Jenny. The MLB is in motion. The WNBA is back, and the NBA finals are on. And to break down everything that's going on in the sports world, we have Jennifer Mercedes, aka La Chica Deportes.
Hey, what's up, Jennifer?
¿Qué lo que, Jennifer? What's good?
Hi, ¿qué lo que? ¿Cómo están, mi
What
gente? What's
up?
up, guys? I'm so happy to be here.
So quick question. I'm a Yankee fan. You know who we got over there right now? Juan Soto. He's having a breakout year. Do you think it has anything to do with him going back to New York? Because I know he was on the Padres, West Coast. Do you think the East Coast flavor is helping him, you know, and like his having a really good season this year?
I think it could be a combination of things. Juan Soto is obviously an amazing player, has been since he came into the league. I think that he is obviously someone who thrives under pressure, because anybody who comes to New York knows the type of pressure that they're going to experience here. It's not easy. It is not easy to play for the New York Yankees, but he is thriving. And I think that it's a combination of everything that you said, you know, being in New York, being home in a place that feels like home. But I also believe that, you know, the free agency, the market, all of those things, I think have an influence into how players play during that type of year. But he's doing amazing. It's good for the Yankees. It's good for New York. It's good for him. It's good for his pocket. So I'm happy all the way around.
I know, me too. Quick question. Who do you have winning the World Series?
Oh, gosh. That is a tough one right
There's
now.
only one answer.
I'm going to say who I hope makes it, right? I hope the New York Yankees are there.
Okay,
I
that's
hope
what I
the
like to
Yankees.
hear. That's what I like to hear. You're going for 28 this season.
Oh, I'm going for the Dodgers. I don't know about y'all, but
Yeah, I mean, we're in Cali, so we got Dodger fans here. I mean, it was a rough weekend for us. We took
Doyer,
one
hey,
game. It was okay. We beat you guys. You guys
that's
won 2
fair and
games.
square.
Whatever,
Fair and
whatever.
square. And Jennifer, like, why does the league hate Caitlin Clark? Like, let's get into that. Can you give us some of the chisme on the situation?
I don't think that it's fair to say that the league hates Caitlin Clark. I think that there are a few players who maybe have experienced some jealousy, a little bit of hate, like this newcomer, who does she think she is, coming in and bringing all of this attention, right? Mm-hmm. A bad player isn't going to get this type of attention. The reason that she's getting all of this attention and this type of defensive attention, I believe, is because she is a good player and they see the potential in her. She's one of the best players to come into this season, right? So I believe that it's more of that. It's more of a welcoming to the rookie. She's not the only one who's experienced it. Angel Reese has experienced it. She has been a blessing along with Angel Reese, though, right? I think that people sometimes are missing that she is one of the great players. She's bringing a lot of great attention, negative and positive. I always say, you know, bad publicity is good publicity. So we're talking about the league. People who have never followed the game are talking about the league and are watching. I'm happy that it's finally getting to that level of like, oh my God, yes, millions of people are tuning in. I love it. I can't wait. I love to see the growth of women in sports.
So how do you feel about Caitlin getting snubbed on the Olympic team, though? Like,
I mean, honestly, I don't know if it's a snub or if it's just you gotta pay your dues, quote unquote,
like seniority,
right?
Like you gotta. I feel like she's just getting hazed. You know, like it's a little like.
Part of it is being hazed, but part of it, I think it's just gonna make her want to work stronger and perform and show people that she does belong where she is. Mm-hmm. She does belong on an Olympic team, but she's got a long career ahead of her. That there is time for all of it. And the Olympic team is one of the most difficult teams to make. I mean, she said it herself. So you can't expect to make a team like the Olympic team. The Olympic team is literally the best players in the league. And you have a lot of very good, seasoned players who have made the team. Now, could it have been a snub? I don't think so. I think when you're making a team of this caliber, it's because you want to win, and you put the players that you think are going to give you the best chance of winning, especially on an international stage like the Olympics.
Thank you so much for joining the show. Where can we follow you?
Yes.
You can follow me at La Chica Deportes on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of those wonderful social media sites. You can catch all of my interviews and coverage from the MLB.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course. Anytime. Take care, girl.
Our next guest is an author of Barrio Rising, María Dolores Águila. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, we want to talk about your book, obviously, and get people on it too as well. So, help spread the word.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
The book is amazing. Obviously, we love the illustrations and it's a good, I like a good children's book, But it didn't just cover regular topics that you see in children's book. It covers a little bit more than that. Can you tell us what your book is about, as well as why it stuck with you specifically?
So what Barrio Rising is at its heart is about community. And I think that's really important because we live in a time where the way that things are going to get done, the way that things are going to change in the right direction is by coming together and working together toward a focused goal, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to write Barrio Rising and have it focus on community, because I feel like that's so important.
Do you mind elaborating a little bit more on the history of Chicano Park?
So Chicano Park is in Barrio Logan. Barrio Logan was the largest Mexican community in California at the time when it was established. But as time went on, things started happening. They lost the beach and bayfront access to the San Diego Bay. Their neighborhood was changed from residential to industrial without their knowledge. And when that happened, junkyards and heavy industry moved in right next to homes and schools. And so with the expansion of Freeway 5, they were forced to move about 5,000 homes and businesses from Barrio Logan. And it actually fractured the neighborhood in half. There became Barrio Logan, and then there was on the other side of the freeway, Logan Heights. So, it went from this huge, vibrant community to something very small and fractured. And so the residents just wanted a green space. That's all they wanted. And they had been asking for a small space underneath the Coronado Bridge for some time. And, years passed and it didn't come. And one day, out of nowhere, underneath the bridge, a bunch of bulldozers show up. And they're like, oh my gosh, we're finally going to get our park. This is it. And so everybody's super excited. And one of the residents, his name was Mario Solis, he went down there and he talked to them and they're like, oh no, this is not going to be a park. This is going to be a CHP substation, a police station. And they were like, what? And so Mario goes from house to business. He goes to a tiendita and he tells everybody, you guys got to get to the park. They're building a police station. And so the entire community converges on the site. Wow. And it was just this natural protest that just happened. And they stayed there for 12 days. And it wasn't just single people or young men or young women. It was entire families. It was old people. It was children. And then all the surrounding barrios came in and helped them as well. So it was really an active community that had Chicano Park came to be. And
we live in interesting times. I feel like, there's a lot of change and then there's a lot of people still pushing back. So why is learning about these kinds of stories important for kids specifically?
For kids specifically, I think this is important because we live in a time where knowledge is kind of being threatened, right? With book bans and stuff like that. People don't want to let us show our history, to know that our community has come together to accomplish amazing things. So, there's such a powerful lesson in coming together that I think that this is something that kids, especially, Gen Alpha and Gen X, they're so community focused, I think, more than the rest of us. And I just think it's something that they would enjoy.
From start to finish, how is the process of making the book?
Oh my gosh, it took so long. So when I first learned about Chicano Park, I was obsessed. I had to find out every single thing I could about the park because I've always lived next to Chicano Park and I've always passed by it. I saw the murals, but I never connected in my head how they got there.
The history.
It was just there.
Yeah.
And so when I found out what it was, I tracked down everything I could. I read articles, I read books, newspapers, watched media. So that was about 5 years of me just absorbing all the information. And at the end I was like, oh my gosh, I have to write this story. And then that was kind of the easy part. Writing it was the hard part. I wrote a few different iterations and I was kind of rejected all over the place. But I just kept going. And finally I connected with an agent who was like, I can't stop thinking about this. Let's connect. So I worked with her and then we got, book offers and here we are now. So the whole process, all in all, 10 years.
Dang. There you go, guys. All the time and blood, sweat, and tears that goes into these books is crazy. And as a fellow pocho, I couldn't help but notice that there's an English and a Spanish version of the book.
Yes, and that was so important to me. I had to go with someone who was going to publish the book both in English and Spanish, but at the last minute, I kind of chickened out of translating it. You know, my whole life, everybody called me a pocha, or they made fun of my Spanish because, you know, I'll conjugate a verb wrong here and there, you know what I mean? And so I got nervous to translate it. And he's a very a popular Chicano author. His name is David Bowles. He's amazing. He has some amazing books, and I was so honored that he agreed to translate it.
When can people buy your book? Like, when is it available?
So Barrio Rising and El Barrio Se Levanta comes out on June 18th. They're going to be simultaneously published, and they will be available wherever books are sold.
And then on social, where can people find you and keep up with your
You can follow me on Instagram at maria.daguila, and you can go to my website at mariadoloresaguila.com.
Thank you. There you go, guys. Check out Barrio Rising by Maria Dolores Águila, coming out June 18th.
More and more musicians are breaking from the traditional label signing, and here to talk to us about her music and how she's been able to fund it is Lauri Garcia. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you. Hi guys, thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here and spill all the chisme I have.
Oh, girl, I got some questions for you. So, how long have you been working on music, and how did you get a song with Dioro and Los Angeles Azules?
Well, for music, I've been working for about, you can say, almost 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
But I got the music with Dioro because I used to work with this label that I don't work no more, and they were close with Dioro, so they gave me the opportunity to meet him, and then after that we of course got together and made a song, which is like a good hit. I love it. I love cumbia, so I love dancing to it a lot. And
¿Cómo se llama?
La canción se llama Dime. So,
And what motivated you to start your OnlyFans page?
a lot of people don't really believe me sometimes when I mention this, but it was actually my mom. One time we were sitting down on like the couch, we weren't doing nothing, none of us, and she was like, "Hey mija, why don't you open an OF?" And I was like, wait, cut. Do you know what that means? Do you know what they sell there? And she was like, yeah, but it's like something extra. Nobody's gonna touch you. Nobody's gonna do nothing to you. So you just post pictures you post like on Instagram, but somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I can give it a try. And after that, yo me agarré because I was like, if I don't do it right now, she's gonna change her mind.
Yes!
And then she's gonna get mad at me. So I'm gonna do it right now when she has her word. And well, that's how I started. It was on November 2022. I was pregnant.
Wow.
Too. So I started when I was pregnant. So it's a really, for me, it was like more of a decision of okay, this is actually gonna help me in a way. And I had friends who do OnlyFans, so I did my research first before entering. So I asked them, and as long as you like have like a really strong mind, because you have to have a strong mind to enter this world, because it has a lot of bad se dice flashbacks, ¿no?
Yeah.
Que te atacan mucho.
Oh, te atacan, like backlash. Backlash?
Ándale,
Yeah.
esa palabra.
Yo
Perdón.
sé, I know what you're talking about.
My 80%, I'm trying the best. And, bueno, hay mucho hate in this world.
Yeah,
So when I started, a lot of people were like, oh no, Lauri, why are you doing that? You should think about your future and everything. And I'm like, I am.
Well, that's why I'm doing it.
I am. I am. But yeah, that's how it all started. It was because of my mom's little idea, y de ahí ya no me solté.
Dude, how funny. I love a supportive mom. That's awesome. Yo le conté a my mom, I even told my mom, like, Mom, I want to do an OnlyFans. She didn't even know what it was. And I told her, and she goes, ¿de verdad, mija, quieres? And I go, pues, tal vez. So she was like, oh, pues, no sé. I mean, if you want, you know.
Yeah.
But does your family care or know about your OnlyFans?
Yes, they do a lot.
Okay.
And actually, some of them actually pushed me away. Ya no me invitan a las
Really?
fiestas ni nada.
Juzgan.
Yes. Juzgan, pero como de lejitos.
Yeah.
I don't
como
really
que
hear
they don't
them.
hear it.
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't
can
hear
tell
it,
que
but
se
I can
están
tell.
alejando.
Yes. But some of other family, they support it.
That's good.
Some of my primas do it for free, so.
You're like, girl, I'm getting
yeah,
paid.
I'm getting paid, so I'm good right now.
Yeah, definitely. And okay, so I have to ask también para mí.
Yes.
Sexting tips. Like what are some sexting tips?
Well, depende qué tan caliente andes.
No, pues ando muy caliente.
Muy caliente.
Lately. I'm just kidding.
Well, you just gotta be like lovely because they love that.
That's
you just
true.
gotta be the lovely girl they want. So you just give it all. Las fotitos, pues ya te las sabes.
Sí, las fotitos. Okay, I've never taken nudes.
No.
Never. I've never taken nudes. I'm super self-conscious, you know, or tal vez I'm like, oh my God, what if they like post them or no sé, but like, I mean, if you have to trust the person, right? I mean, what are some tips on taking them?
Well, first of all, tips as in like when you start doing that type of content and putting it out there, you have to know it's gonna be out there, girl.
That's true. You're right.
You cannot hide them from the world because
you're right. Yeah.
The world's gonna see your tits.
Oh no! I'm just kidding.
That's why, as long as you put a little bit of filter and you put like a, so you can look good to the world.
That's true. You're right. You're right. It's getting more normalized.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. It is normal.
It is normal.
It's something you do every day. If you
definitely
have that. If you have a relationship, you do it with your partner.
This is true.
This is just doing it like for the world.
Exactly.
So it's normal for me. So it's normal for everybody.
Yes.
But some people just don't accept it yet.
Yes. What is a weird request that you've gotten? Like the weirdest request you've gotten on OnlyFans?
The weirdest?
Yeah.
Oh, the weirdest?
Son
Son muchos.
Oh my God.
Maybe whenever they ask for my armpits.
Really?
Yes, because for me, I don't know how to make it sexy.
Yeah. Los sobacos.
Yes, they were like, mándame una foto de tus sobacos, and I'm like, do you want it with like what? Like, do I put like a little peanut butter on it, or what? Like, what do you want?
Desodorante.
Desodorante. Whatever, no. Pero así me dicen, una foto de tus sobacos, and it's just like, for me, that's like the weirdest because I don't know how to make it cute.
I get it. It's a curveball.
Yeah, it's just like, sobacos. I'm like, not my fave.
That's so funny. And we appreciate, being super open with us. And también, where can people follow you? Where can people listen to your music?
Yes, I have a website. You guys can go to mf/lau.com. That's the website where you find everything hasta mis nalgas y todo.
And you have a new single coming out.
Claro, es Solo es tuyo y ya salió para que la escuchen todos.
Yes, all right, guys. One more round of applause.
Thank you.
You guys hear the train?
Bro, that is something I'm not gonna miss about this place because just everything, like pinches helicópteros, like the train.
And then the factory back there.
The factory.
Like, you're trespassing on public property. And then I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, y acá los trabajadores, I love listening to the music they put on. It's like nice, pero no, we're shooting, man. Come on now. I don't want to hear Juan Gabriel while we're shooting.
Yeah.
I love Juan Gabriel though, but I'm just saying. But anywho, that was today's episode, guys. We hope you enjoyed it.
And we'll see you next time from a new studio or a new backdrop. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my God. Change is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Change is good.
Growth.
Yes. Well, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Alejandro.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.